Troopers, Max of Max's Models here. So after we were done with our errands yesterday, I just wasn't really able to get to the Tarbis. I was in the house doing stuff, and I was like, you know what? As long as I'm going to be stuck in the house, it's not like I don't have plenty of things here to keep me busy. And since I finished my ugly auto and aircraft build a little bit early, I could possibly, well, the car that is, while I'm in the house, I could maybe start another one. I got the 78 El Camino by Monogram. The only Monogram car I remember building, other than the Tom Daniels stuff and military vehicles, off the top of my head anyway, was Tony Schumacher's Dragster, and I was really impressed with it. Really good fit. I didn't have any problems building. It was also my first dragster that I can recall. So anyway, I crack open this El Camino and like, okay, I can make an ugly car out of this. So I get started on it, and I was shocked to learn that this thing comes with like 3 sets of wheels and tires. You got all kinds of options, 2 different hoods. It's kind of set up as to be a hot rod or as a conventional, El Camino. And I was like, wow, that's really a lot of stuff in here. And so you have to read the instructions very carefully. I mean, there's 2 separate types of suspensions depending on if you want the lowrider wheels and stuff. So take some time to read the instructions. So I start putting the suspension and the engine together. I was fairly impressed with the way everything fit. Really no arguments. There was some flash that had to be scraped off. Nothing terrible. But the chrome parts, I etched off all the stuff that is going to have to be glued together to make sure there's a room for a good glue bond. And I left off the chrome parts because what I've decided to do this time is build the frame and engine and everything first and then hit it with paint. I love pre-painting stuff, makes getting to the nooks and crannies easy. But a lot of times we all know about the issues you have with the paint intruding and the glue intrusion messing up your work. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to make this hood down. You're not even going to see the engine, but I'll go ahead and put it together and get it in there, and then I'll just paint it, and then I will put the chrome parts on. But so far it has not given me any trouble. Of course, I think the real test will also come when you do the body on frame. And I was thinking, how do I want to make this look? Do I want to distress it like I did the Cadillac, or do I want to do something else? And I thought, no, I've already distressed one. I think what I'll do is let's pick a direction. Okay, we want it to be an ugly car. It's an El Camino, which too bad I'm out of surfboards because that would actually go perfectly in the back of that thing to go with the Cadillac. But I'm thinking, okay, it's a 78. It's a surfer dude's car. He probably bought it in 88 and to use as a beach vehicle. And we'll say, okay, he's a surfer guy, maybe a little bit of a hipster or even dare I say a hippie from the 60s who can't quite deal with the fact that those days are gone. So it's 78. He was big in 68. It's now 10 years later, so it's about 88. So he would be late 30s, and probably, the guy that's surfing in his 30s and 40s and 50s, and not that there's anything wrong with that. I was trying to think, he's got a beach car, probably painted it up a little bit like a hippie mobile just to sort of, try to revive what memories he can from the old days. So that's probably what we're looking for. As Dr. Evil said in Austin Powers,
there's nothing more pathetic than an aging hipster.
So that kind of car. And we'll see what I come up with. If you guys got any ideas what an aging hipster in the late 80s to early 90s would paint his car up like, let me know. We'll talk to you later, guys. And as always, model on.